copy, end zone, watch me celebrate, I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Buffalo Bills. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
What's that? Mike 49. Here we go, D.
Here's Le'Veon Bell's first carry as a New York Jet, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And his throw here's incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away. Well, this Week 1 matchup pitting a couple Empire State rivals, no strangers to each other. They were both original members of the AFL, the American Football League, way back in 1960 to 1969. It's been a close series. Bills lead it all time, 62-55. And, of course, both of these franchises really feel like they have their quarterbacks of the future in Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. Now it's Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
57 to Mike. Right here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Get that quarterback team on! Get that quarterback team on!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go!
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Darnold. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the pressure gets to him again. Jordan Jenkins. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Crowder now to return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get... ...23 yards all told. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Jim, 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 Jim.
Looking to throw on second down. Darnold. And he rifles one incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. Third down here.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold, a screen to Bell. Shifts by him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Move. Check three, check three, check three.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ed Oliver brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. In for the score, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
Makes the score Bills 7, Jets nothing.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the counter, here's Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Get ready. Get ready.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Darnold. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after here coming up.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Allen. And his throw is incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Darnold now to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Well, they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Bye-bye, Beasley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Hauschka now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Bills 14, Jets 7.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Now off the bootleg, Darnold steps away to his left. And caught by Thomas. He's got a Jets touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, 32 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point attempt here still to come. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Allen throwing again. Left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen now going to throw again. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up. Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Robbie Anderson. Incomplete. For Davies White on coverage.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before half for Allen. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Shane Ray charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. To try again after the sack. Allen. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed. And not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. The tackle made by Levi Wallace.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
40. Guys, Mike, 49. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold is brought in by Jamison Crowder.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
No chance.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to regain the lead. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Yeldon. Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here we go.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking downfield for Jones, and that's caught inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now a hit and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Bell. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Throwing on first down is Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
This is Bell. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At the Bills' 19-yard line.
Time. 49. Mike's 49. Oh, here we go. Oh.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fickens' kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Check nickel.
Allen from the gun, he'll throw. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And now it's 2nd down. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And here's Allen to throw again. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Jenkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen, he's going to go deep for Beasley. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Letting one go deep for Robert. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get 34 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Yeldon. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's out right at the 25. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Bell a 1st down and then some. And all the way up to the 46. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st down, Bell. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario.
And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 40 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways, either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 40. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second down, it's Bell. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35. The Jets were 26th in rushing in the NFL last year. That's a big reason they went and signed Bell back on March 13th. And plays like that give them optimism that they can move up the pecking order in the NFL rushing ranks. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On second and 9, Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Out right here to Herndon. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give it to him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. After the sack on 1st down, Allen stepping up. He's going to keep it. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. He finds an opening past the 40, and that's caught by Beasley as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Flush to his right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Allen going to throw. He's going to let it flop. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
The 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go, son. 149. That's what I do.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jets, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.